One of the most, I think, powerful things we've heard come out this morning is from Warwickshire mom Emma Connor. Now, Emma is reaching out to parents of babies and children born with rare, in some cases, genetic conditions after finding out the development of her own son was really not going well. At the age of just 20 weeks, 20-week scan, Emma found there was something wrong with her baby boy, Vinny. Doctors discovered, whilst he was still in the womb, that his esophagus was not attached to his stomach. So within hours of being born, baby Vinny needed an operation. That condition is known as esophageal atresia, or OA, or Tracheo-Oesophageal fistula, TOF. And that represents 1 in 3,500 births, so very rare. But unfortunately, one baby every other day is born with those complex conditions. BBC CWR's Hannah Griffiths has been off to meet Emma, our husband Daniel, and, most importantly, baby Vinny.
Hearing those things, your unborn baby, you've got to have surgery straight away. As you can imagine, that was really daunting. As soon as he came out, he went straight to intensive care, and it was the following day that he had the surgery. So we had to consent to all the surgeries the day he was born. We had him on the Friday, and then at 2:00 he went down for the 8-hour surgery. He was in induced coma for about 7 days, so we couldn't hold him.
That's pretty intense. It must have been quite a scary time.
Yeah, definitely. I was so scared because there were so many wires. We got to read to him, which I felt like that comfort, because I said to one of the nurses, I just feel like I just want to be able to just be close to him.
With all of this going on, despite how intense this all is, you wanted to make sure that you could just highlight what he had and also find other mums that might need support.
I wanted to give back in a way, becoming a volunteer, and it's just making feel like other parents not to feel so alone. And the TOF charity is amazing. We have a Facebook group, we do lots of events, we are an amazing community, we all look after each other and we all support one another.
Well, that's Emma talking about the TOFS charity. A listener to that is Tamasine Swan. She's a trustee at TOFS, the charity that's been set up to help with that very specific rare condition. Tamasine's daughter was born with it back in 2013. Tamasine, morning to you.
Good morning.
Obviously, it's been 13 years since your own daughter got diagnosed. Did you have any idea what was going on at the time?
We didn't, no. Most cases of TOF aren't diagnosed antenatally. They're just random occurrences, and some are genetic, as you said in your introduction. Most aren't, as in our case. And the first that we were aware there was a problem is when we spotted that my daughter wasn't able to swallow saliva, and she was whisked off to be checked. I was left alone for about an hour and then was given the very shocked diagnosis.
Wow, that was terrifying, wasn't it?
It was. We were in Banbury and had to be transferred to the major hospital at Oxford for surgery. A lot of children in this area are born in Coventry or Warwick hospitals, and they would normally go to Birmingham for their major surgery.
Right. And how was that explained to you at the time? Because I imagine, trying to sort of get your head around the idea that your child's esophagus is not linked to its stomach, for example, or not linked, properly. That's something to get your head around, isn't it, Tamasine?
It certainly is. I mean, I'm a town planner by training. I have no medical background, and I can remember myself and my husband sitting down and the paediatric surgeon drawing a diagram literally on the back of an envelope to show us what the problem was and what they would need to do to try and correct that. So yes, there are a lot of information to get your head around very, very quickly at a time of huge stress, as you can imagine.
So TOFS, this charity, you're a trustee of this, and you did this because you wanted to give back to others. Well done for doing that, Tamasine. You must be very proud of what you've achieved there in the last few years.
Not just me. I mean, there's a huge network of people working within TOFS. We have a small number of paid employees. There are currently 6 trustees from a variety of backgrounds. We're all unpaid volunteers, and we ensure that the charity meets its charitable objectives, spends any money that we have wisely to support the wider TOF OA community. And there are a huge network of volunteers, official volunteers, and just people from the wider social media network and in local communities who have found each other and are looking to just provide that support. As you can imagine, if you're one of 3,500 occurrences at birth, you're quite a rarity, and finding information and emotional support, and there's a lot of requirement for that, as you can imagine, is a very important part of what TOFS actually provides. And it's a growing thing.
Yeah, people want to find out a bit more about this, Tamasine. Where should they go? What should they do?
We do have a website. You can look up TOFS charity online. If you just Google that, you'll find a huge amount of information online. And that, if you know nothing about TOF OA, is probably the best place to start.
Well, look, incredible work that you've done. And how's your daughter doing now?
She's a typical 13-year-old teenager. We had a hugely bumpy ride in the first couple of years, lots and lots of time in hospital and emergency ambulance admissions with swallowing problems and so on. That has settled down, but I think it's something she will live with for the rest of her life. A lot of people develop problems as adults. Parts of the anatomy don't start to function quite as well as you get older. And we're very aware that she will need to have that knowledge behind her going forward, just in case she needs to rely on that and engage with the medical community to say, this is what you perhaps need to think about in the future if I have a problem.
Tamasine, good speaking to you this morning. Great to know your daughter's now just as troublesome at 13 as she was probably at 3, even if it is for different reasons. And the very, very best of luck to you and everybody in the TOFS charity. Tamasine Swan, trustee at the charity that's been set up to help with that rare condition. Someone who was listening to that was Marie in Binley. Hi, Marie. You were listening to this, weren't you?
Yeah.
This morning, and felt the need to call in. Why?
Well, because my son was born at TOF 43 years ago. Now, when he was born, we had no idea until he was born that he didn't have a food gullet. 43 years ago is a very long time, and not much was known about the condition then. Some children had been born before him, obviously, with it, but a lot of them had died. So there wasn't many around. But he was just whisked away from me as well. I had a cesarean, so I didn't really see him. They had to have him christened, and then he just went to Birmingham to have the sort of stomach, the hole put into his stomach and the tube put in. But the one thing that helped me through it was the TOF Society, because Linda Morris was running it then, and they should just set it up. And because when you're a new mother, you know, with a baby that needs tube feeding and all sorts of things that they're being told you, and you feel so alone.
I can't imagine, Marie. I can't imagine.
He just helped me an awful lot then, and I'm so proud of Emma that she's doing the work she is. It sounds wonderful.
I think the lovely thing, forgive me, Marie, about this is you'll have parents who are listening this morning with 2, 3-year-old babies, effectively, which is what we've been hearing.
Yeah.
But your message is your son, who's now, how old is he now?
He's 43. This is
right.
Come on now. He's 43, Phil. I'm not saying it. He still has problems as well, but he's a support worker. He's been a support worker for adults with so many different things wrong with them because he wanted to help others. He's a musician. He's been in loads of bands. He's brilliant. He's still doing his bands now. He's travelled the world with a fantastic partner that he's got. Just keep going with them. These children are special children. They're tough. I'll call him a tough TOF, I do. They're special children.
I love that.
And I just want everyone to know that I'm here. If anyone needs to talk to me because I've seen it all and we still live it as an adult one, please let Emma get in touch with me. You've got my phone number. You're very welcome to give it to her. But I just wanted to say to people that it is very important, the TOF Society. It really is, to help each other out. And
I love what you said there. That TOF kids are tough kids. That's great.
The TOF and the special. That's really, really all I can say. I'm so proud of my son, so very proud of his things. And he manages his condition. It's not a walk in the park, I'll tell you. As they get older, there's other things shoot him and, along the way. But he manages it, and he doesn't he doesn't give in to it. He has a wonderful life, and we make sure he does have a wonderful life, the people around him. And I'm so proud that these go to parents that want that for the children. So keep going, Emma. Keep doing what you're doing. And if I can help, you can get my phone number if you need it.
Nice one, Marie. Still swimming?
Yes. Oh, yes. Swimming, yes, every week, and exercising. Yeah, great.
Good on you. Marie, lovely. Thank you so much. Marie and Binley.
Thanks.
This morning. Thanks very much, Marie. And saw quite a bit of Marie when we were doing the the swimming challenge a couple of years ago for children in need. Great. Sean in Bedworth, just listen to all of this morning, Sean. My daughter was born with the same thing. She had it, though, in her throat. 3 days after she was born, she also needed life-saving surgery. My daughter is now 7. She's doing really well. The hospital have been fantastic. So, you know, messages coming out there this morning that these kind of conditions, which you as a parent or grandparent can like, oh, that's it. You know, what kind of life can they expect? Full of hope. And the expertise, the medical advancements, the scientific knowledge they now have, the operations they're able to perform that they weren't able to perform 40 odd years ago, as Marie's pointing out there, means that many of these kids can have a very full and fulfilling life ahead of them. 12 minutes to 10.